Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. My name is Thomas. We're back at it again. Today was originally supposed to start a 3-day trip, but I picked up something else. I swapped my trip out for a 4-day trip and open time to give me more credit hours. And so it's not another 3-day trip. Originally, I would have had a 3-day trip. But today is a 3-leg day. I go from Atlanta to Savannah, which is a deadhead. Savannah to Boston, which I didn't know we did, and Boston to Milwaukee, and I end in Milwaukee about close to 7 o'clock tonight. Hopefully we get in a little bit earlier, so because tomorrow's our early report day as well. But other than that, I was off for 3 days, planted some more peach trees in my yard, and just gonna see how it goes. I think I'm becoming obsessed with that, planting fruit trees in my yard. But other than that, I'm finna get on the shuttle, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Milwaukee.
Staring out the window, reaching for a North Star, waiting just to wake up from this nightmare where you could be right back in my arms, dancing to the limbo.
Hello everybody, I've made it here to Milwaukee for the night. It seemed like a long day because it was a long flight. 2 hours to get here, 2 hours to get to Boston from Savannah, and we finally made it. Talked to a guy. Look, he was a junior in high school. He was coming from Boston to Milwaukee from a college visit to Dartmouth. He plays lacrosse, and I was just talking to him, telling him about my experience of going through the recruitment process with football. He was asking me questions and giving him advice. He said, "I really appreciate you talking to me," and it made you feel really, really well, to help somebody out in the process. Like I told him, I said, don't commit to a coach, commit to the school, because coaches leave all the time, but the school stays there. So if your coach leaves within your 4 years, you're not going to want to transfer. You want to stay at the school because you committed to the school because of what the school offers you in the long run. But that was my, some of my little advice that I gave him. And today finally got some closure on my father's death, and found out what he died from originally was he had a heart attack. And 3 of his valves were blocked up at 90%, which is not surprising because, like I said, my dad ate however he wanted to. My dad wasn't a big guy. He was actually at his weight for his height. He's at the weight that he was supposed to be at his height. So wasn't overweight, wasn't anything like that. He just kept eating Wendy's. That's all he loved. Wendy's, the double bacon cheeseburger, whatever it was, and ate breakfast. And he became less active. So that's why I stress fellas, because women normally go to the doctor like they're supposed to. It's us that don't do it. Fellas, you can't continue to eat bad as you get older and be less active. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to cut it all out your diet at one time, but moderation is everything. And that's why I stress being active, because your heart is a muscle that needs to be worked out, and it can't be seen physically from the outside. So you have to be active. Cardio is one of the best things. So I'm glad I got closure on that. They didn't trump it off as COVID. He died from COVID, even though they said he had COVID when he came in. But that's not what ultimately killed him. He had a heart attack. So I'm happy with that and the closure. And then me and my brother were talking. I was like, man, did your chest just start feeling kind of uncomfortable all of a sudden? Just because it just did. I don't know why. But other than that, that's it. But I'm glad we got that out the way. And, we have the closure that we needed to finally just, put our minds at rest, even though we kind of assumed that's what it was. But other than that, I have a 4 a.m. van in the morning. So I'm finna go work out, do my cardio, and come back, eat, and do some work on the computer. And I'll see you guys in the morning for day 2. Good morning, everybody. It's day 2, halfway done with this trip. It's early. Don't feel like being a flight attendant today, but you got to get done. 3 legs. 4. Where am I at? Where am I? I don't even remember where I'm at. Milwaukee. Go from Milwaukee to LaGuardia to Burlington, Vermont, back to LaGuardia, then to Charlottesville, West Virginia. I'm supposed to be done before 4 o'clock today. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy day. Still spring break for a lot of people, so we're going to be dealing with that crowd. And hopefully it goes uneventful. No sits today for real in LaGuardia, unless something happens where they delay my flight like they've done plenty of times before. We're not supposed to have any sits whatsoever. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Charlottesville.
Stuck here in the middle. You tell me that it's simple, but I could paint 1,000 different pictures of what is wrong. But if we turn the clock.
Hello everybody, I've made it here to Charlottesville, Virginia. It's going on about 4:30 right now. Today's flights were very uneventful. I worked the front today, and as always, the forward flight attendant would pass out the little hand wipes to the passengers that's getting on. Passing out hand wipes, give one to a guy, he goes, "Oh, I don't need any condoms. I don't use them anyway." I'm like, what? First of all, what airlines have you been on that passes out condoms? Secondly, and I hope you're not using them with one person, not multiple people, because that's just nasty if you're doing that. Sir, get on the plane. I told him these are wipes, not condoms. He goes, "Oh." But other than that, that's it. That's all that happened to me today. I'm finna get ready and work out. And what is today? Sunday. Watch a few shows that come on HBO tonight and get ready for day 3. Halfway in the books. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another early report at 5 a.m. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 3, 4-leg day. Basically, all my legs are quick turns with the exception of my last leg coming back here to Charlottesville. We have a two and a half hour sit in LaGuardia. Normally, what I would do is swap out a trip, swap out turns. That way I don't have to deal with the sits, but it's kind of hard to do it in out of base like LaGuardia because a lot of their trips are going to end in LaGuardia and not end back in Atlanta. So it's kind of harder to do it that way when I'm actually doing trips through in and out of LaGuardia versus if I'm doing trips in and out of Atlanta. It's a lot easier to swap out to not have those sits in between. But I go from Charlottesville to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Buffalo, Buffalo back to LaGuardia, and then I come back here to Charlottesville tonight. And tomorrow's go home day. So it should be a pretty easy day. All the flights are gonna be express flights, which means we only serve water, coffee, and tea. But other than that, I'm gonna get down to this van, have about 10 more minutes, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on. And if anything changes, I'll keep you updated. Hello everybody, sorry it's late. I did make it to Charlottesville like 3 hours ago. I had an IEP meeting with my son's teacher, so I had to get on Zoom to do that. And then I went to work out and I was uploading my video clips to my computer and I realized I didn't even, say anything to you once I got here. But other than all in all, today's flights were very uneventful. All my flights were under an hour today. They all were express flights. Tomorrow's go home day and I'm only off for 1 day, which like I said before, this was originally a 3-day trip. I would have been off for 2 days, but I swapped into this 4-day because it's more credit hour. It puts me at like 110 hours for the month of March. And I only lose out on 1 off day. And that's really it. So I have a little later report. I have a 5 o'clock van instead of I have a 6 o'clock van instead of a 5 o'clock van like I did the last 2 nights that I've been here. So I get to kind of stay up a little bit, watch some things on TV. I edited my vlog that's supposed to come out tomorrow while I did my sit. So it took me about 1.5 hours to do. So I got that done and all I have to do is just upload it and that'll be all I have to do. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for go home day in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Today is go home day and I couldn't be more excited. Feeling very, very refreshed. Slept really well last night. 3 legs today. Just go back to Atlanta, sit for 2.5 hours, and then I have an Eleuthera Bahamas turn, and I'm done a little bit before 4 o'clock. But I'm pretty sure I probably won't get to my car till after 4 because I have to go through customs. But other than that, that's all I have for you. I have about 5 minutes to get down to the van. I'm gonna sweep the room one more time before I go downstairs, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on to close out the video. Hello everybody, so I finally made it home. One of the reasons why I do not like getting off at 3 o'clock here in Atlanta because of traffic. I got to my car at 4:30. I'm just now pulling into my driveway at 6:05. One of the main reasons why I bid to not check out after 3 o'clock here in Atlanta is just for the simple fact that traffic is just horrible. No matter where you go, even the back roads, because everybody is doing that because they're trying to avoid the highways. Today's flights were very uneventful. Nothing really happened. I'm off for only 1 day and then I go back for another 4-day. So I'm gonna go in here, try to make the best of my 1 day off that I have left. And I'll see you guys on the next vlog. And as always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them. I'm out.